Okay, wow, you've sent over quite a stack of notes here, all about holiday shopping strategies.
Yeah.
Looks like someone is getting a jump start on the season.
Uh-huh.
Always a good idea.
Yep.
We're going to dive into all this material, pull out the most useful advice, help you navigate those holidays, and hopefully not break the bank.
Sounds good. You know what's interesting? A lot of this focuses on Christmas shopping, but the principles, they really do apply to any gift-giving occasion at all.
Right.
Anniversaries, birthdays, even just 'cause.
Just 'cause. I like that.
So yeah, we're essentially building a framework for thoughtful and strategic gifting all year round.
All right. I like that.
Yeah.
That's like a whole new perspective for me on this whole topic. So let's jump right in.
Okay.
One thing that really stands out to me in a lot of these sources, the emphasis on budgeting,
Right.
especially in a season where it's very easy to overspend,
Yeah.
right? And they even suggest using budgeting apps,
Mm-hmm.
which some people might be like, really, an app for that? But they seem pretty powerful,
It's
right?
not. Yeah. Yeah.
What are your thoughts on them?
They can be surprisingly helpful. I think of them kind of like a personal finance assistant,
Yeah.
but right in your pocket,
Yeah.
helps you track your spending, avoid those post-holiday financial blues that happen every year.
Right. Makes total sense. This source also suggests allocating specific amounts for each person on your list.
Mm-hmm.
I can see how that could be really helpful
Yeah.
to prevent, overspending on one person and then leaving less for others. But what happens? What happens when someone on your list expects a more expensive gift
Right.
than you've budgeted for? Do you have any tips for navigating that situation?
That is a tricky one. I think it really comes down to communication and setting expectations early on.
Okay.
Maybe suggest a secret Santa.
Yeah.
Or a gift exchange with a set price limit.
Okay.
It kind of takes the pressure off and ensures everyone stays within, a reasonable budget.
Yeah, I like that idea. Keeps it fair.
Right, exactly. And speaking of managing expectations, another key takeaway from these sources is making a detailed gift list.
Okay, so you mean not just jotting down names?
Right, exactly.
You mean brainstorming gift ideas?
Precisely. And even maybe categorizing them
Oh, okay.
as must-haves versus nice-to-haves.
Got it.
To kind of help you prioritize. You could even, this might seem obvious, but consider asking friends and family for their wish lists. It might seem so simple, but it really does take the guesswork out of gifting, and it increases the chances that your gifts will be truly appreciated.
Oh, that's such a good point. Because I know especially someone who's hard to shop for, it's so much easier when you have some direction, right?
Absolutely. And another piece of advice that kind of comes up again and again is starting your shopping early.
Okay, I'm guilty of this. I wait till the last minute.
Yeah.
I'm a procrastinator. But I gotta admit, you're right. These sources, they lay out a pretty compelling argument. To get started early, be an early bird, as they say. But are people really starting their Christmas shopping this early? I mean, are we talking now?
You might be surprised. Savvy shoppers, they spread out their purchases.
Oh, okay.
All throughout the year. Take advantage of, those off-season sales, and that way they ensure they have plenty of time to find those really special, unique items.
So you're saying that while some folks are enjoying their summer barbecues, other people are already thinking about the holidays.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow. Well, it sounds like a very smart strategy to avoid that stress of last-minute shopping.
Exactly.
And then, potentially save some money.
Exactly. It's all about planning and being strategic, right? Now, for those who prefer the convenience of online shopping, these sources offer some pretty cool hacks.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever used comparison tools like ShopSavvy?
I have heard of them. I'll be honest, I haven't actually tried them out, though. Tell me more.
Okay. Well, imagine, being able to scan a barcode in the store and then instantly, see if you can find a better price online.
Right.
ShopSavvy and similar apps, they let you do just that.
That's very useful, especially for electronics or other big ticket items. What about are there any downsides to relying solely on those apps?
That's a great question. While they're a really good starting point, it is important to factor in things like shipping costs, return policies,
Right.
even, maybe price matching options at local stores.
Right.
You want to make sure you're truly getting the best value overall.
Yeah, it's so easy to get caught up oh, it's cheaper online, but you forget all those other things.
Exactly. And here's another online shopping hack that can save you a good bit of money. Browser extensions
Okay.
that automatically apply coupon codes at checkout.
Oh, see, now Now we're talking.
So you don't even have to hunt for them yourself.
Okay, I need to look into those. That's a game changer. It sounds like these online tools can really make a big difference in finding deals.
Yeah.
And just like the whole process, making it a little easier. But, I'm also a big believer in supporting local businesses.
Absolutely.
Especially during the holidays. What do these sources have to say about that?
They really emphasize the importance of, shopping locally whenever possible. Not only are you supporting your community and small businesses, but you're also more likely to find those really, truly one-of-a-kind gifts that you just won't see anywhere else.
Right. And a lot of local shops offer curbside pickup now.
Yes.
Which is another way to, avoid those holiday crowds, but still, do the right thing, support your local businesses.
It's a win-win. You get the convenience of online shopping with the added bonus of supporting your local community.
Speaking of unique gifts, these sources really, really highlight how important it is to personalize your gifts whenever possible. That makes total sense. A personalized gift shows, effort.
Yeah.
And that you've put thought into it. And that's way more meaningful than just something, generic.
Yeah.
But sometimes it's hard to find that, perfect personalized gift.
Yeah.
Do you have any tips for choosing gifts that are really tailored to the recipient's, interests and passions?
Sure. I think it really boils down to paying attention, being observant.
Right.
What are their hobbies? What are they passionate about? Maybe they're an avid reader, a coffee enthusiast, a fitness fanatic, Think about those interests and try to find a gift that really aligns with them.
So it's less about just grabbing a gift card and more about thinking an experience or some kind of item that connects with their interests.
Right. And showing that you put some thought into it.
Right.
For example, if someone loves to cook, maybe consider a subscription to a meal kit service or a beautiful new cookbook. Or if they're a big fan of a particular band, surprise them with concert tickets.
Ooh. Well, those are good. I like those ideas. It's kind of like thinking outside the box, right?
Okay.
The traditional gift box.
Exactly.
Finding something that really speaks to them, their personality.
And remember, personalized gifts, they don't have to be expensive.
Right.
Sometimes the most meaningful gifts are, handmade, or they come from the heart. A handwritten letter expressing your appreciation, or a framed photo of a shared memory, or even just a batch of homemade cookies can be super special.
Love that. Yeah, it's a good reminder that, thoughtfulness, effort, it outweighs the monetary value.
Right. Absolutely.
Speaking of thoughtfulness, you mentioned the Secret Santa idea. I want to kind of circle back to that.
Yeah.
I'm intrigued by that, especially for larger groups where, buying for everyone just gets overwhelming.
It can be a lot.
And expensive.
For sure.
So what's your take on Secret Santa?
It's a great way to kind of simplify gift giving and make it more fun, more engaging, especially for large groups, like you said. Everyone draws a name randomly, and you just focus on finding one thoughtful gift for that person instead of trying to buy something for everyone.
Yeah, it's more manageable that way. Keeps things within a reasonable budget, too.
Exactly.
And it adds an element of surprise, right?
For sure.
Do you have any memorable Secret Santa experiences, gift fails or big successes?
I actually do. A few years ago, I was doing Secret Santa with some colleagues, and I drew the name of someone I didn't know super well.
Okay.
I was a little stumped at first, but then I remembered hearing them mention, loving vintage board games.
Oh, nice.
And I spent an afternoon just browsing antique shops, and I found this beautifully preserved edition of their favorite childhood game. Their reaction was priceless, pure joy.
Oh, that's a good story. Yeah, and it shows, even if you don't know the person that well, it's those little details, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes those unexpected, gestures are the ones that make the biggest impact.
Absolutely. And it doesn't have to be, extravagant or even expensive.
Right.
It's the thoughtfulness and the effort.
Okay, so we've talked about budgeting, personalized gifts, supporting local businesses, even, Secret Santa. As we kind of go deeper into these holiday shopping strategies, what are some key takeaways? What do you really want people to remember as they're, getting ready for the holiday season?
I think the most important thing is that, thoughtful gift giving, it's a skill.
Okay.
That you can learn it. It's about shifting your mindset from just buying things to creating meaningful experiences and connections.
So start with a budget.
Yeah.
Set those realistic spending limits. Make your list.
Yes.
Check it twice.
Yes.
And get started early. Don't wait till the last minute. Those online tools, budgeting apps, they can be really helpful. Don't knock them till you try them. And above all, try to support local businesses.
Yes.
And personalize your gifts.
Yeah.
Those personal touches, I think, are what make all the difference.
Absolutely. But amidst all those practical strategies and tips, I think there's another important aspect of holiday shopping that we need to acknowledge: the emotional side.
Oh, that's such a good point. It's so easy to get swept up in the logistics of it all.
Right.
Finding the right gift, wrapping it up nicely, making sure everything's organized, that we forget about, the joy, the spirit of giving.
Exactly. And the holidays can be a stressful time for a lot of people. And the pressure to, find the perfect gift, it can actually add to that stress.
Yeah.
It's important to remember that gifts are just one way to express love and appreciation.
Right. They're not the only way.
Exactly.
So the holidays are really about connecting, creating memories,
Yeah.
appreciating the simple things in life.
Yeah.
Gifts are just a part of that.
Right, a small part of that bigger picture.
Yeah.
And sometimes the most meaningful gifts, they aren't even material possessions. They're the gifts of, time, presence, shared experiences.
Oh, yeah.
Think about it: baking cookies together, watching holiday movies, volunteering, or even just having meaningful conversations. Those are the gifts that truly create lasting memories.
Yeah, those are the gifts that really resonates with me. It's like that saying, don't give things, give memories.
Right.
Like a concert ticket, a weekend getaway, or even like a cooking class together.
Yeah.
Those are gifts that really do create lasting memories and often lead to deeper connections, I think.
Precisely. They become those shared stories, inside jokes, cherished memories. And you can revisit those for years to come. And,
Yeah.
It doesn't have to break the bank. Even a simple picnic in the park, a movie night under the stars, a day trip exploring a nearby town.
Those are such good ideas.
Mm-hmm.
So it's about being creative, thinking outside the box a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes those most memorable gifts are the ones that foster those new experiences and strengthen those bonds with the people we care about.
Exactly. And it ties back to that emotional side of gifting that we were talking about.
Right.
It's not just about the object itself. It's about the thought, the effort, the shared joy that it represents.
Okay, so we've covered a lot of ground here. Budgeting, personalized gifts, supporting local businesses, the fun of a Secret Santa, even the power of those gifting experiences. As we wrap up this deep dive into holiday shopping strategies, what are some final pearls of wisdom you want to share?
Sure.
Any last-minute reminders to help our listeners navigate the holiday season with grace and intention?
I think one final point that's really worth highlighting is, amidst all the excitement and preparations, it's so easy to get caught up in that whirlwind of activity, and we forget about self-care.
Oh, that's so important.
Yeah.
Yeah, the holidays can be overwhelming, and it's easy to forget about taking care of ourselves when we're busy with all the shopping and decorating and, all the things.
Exactly. This source really emphasizes the importance of, setting boundaries, saying no to commitments that feel overwhelming, and really carving out that time for activities that bring you joy, relaxation.
Makes sense. Whether it's a hot bath, a good book, a walk in nature, or just some quiet time alone, it's so essential to recharge those batteries. Prioritize our mental and emotional health.
Yeah.
Especially during this busy season.
Absolutely. Remember, the holidays are meant to be a time of joy and celebration. And by taking care of ourselves, we can approach the season with more energy, more patience, and a genuine sense of peace.
This deep dive has been incredible. We've covered so much, from practical shopping strategies to those thoughtful gifting ideas, even the importance of self-care. I feel like I have a whole new perspective on the holidays now.
Yeah, me too. And I think the most important takeaway from all of this is that, the holidays are about so much more than just buying presents. They're about creating meaningful connections, cherishing those traditions, appreciating the simple things in life. And ultimately, those are the gifts that truly matter.
So true. And as we wrap up this episode, I want to leave our listeners with one final thought to ponder. We've talked a lot about, the how of holiday shopping, but I think it's equally important to think about the why. Why do we exchange gifts? What message are we really trying to convey?
That's a great question. At its core, gift giving is an act of love, appreciation, connection. It's a way to show our feelings for those we care about and strengthen those bonds that unite us.
So as you embark on your holiday shopping journey this year, Remember, it's not about finding that perfect present.
Yeah.
It's about finding the perfect sentiment, the gesture that conveys your love, your gratitude, your appreciation in a way that resonates.
And remember, the most precious gifts, they often come from the heart. A handwritten note, a heartfelt conversation, or just simply the gift of your presence and undivided attention.
This has been such a great deep dive. Thank you so much for joining us, and we wish you all a happy, healthy, and meaningful holiday season.